To quote Marcus Garvey, a people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots. Number one, I did not know until just recently that it was an African American man named Lloyd Quarterman who worked with 6 other black scientists to help create the atomic bomb, which was codenamed the Manhattan Project. Now, the atomic bomb, or the UT-35 that Mr. Quarterman helped to create with the other 6 black scientists, was the uranium bomb that exploded over Hiroshima, Japan in 1945. The bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki killed at least 129,000 people and remained the only use of nuclear weapon for warfare in history. Now, while I do not agree with the massacre of thousands of people, I have to respect this man's brilliance as a scientist. This brother was born in 1918 when opportunities for our people were scarce, and he was able to pull himself up and become one of the most respected scientists of his time. One has to wonder what Mr. Quarterman and those 6 black scientists could have done if they would have used their brain power for the empowerment of their nation. Number 2, on little known black inventors, from blackinventor.com, Frederick McKinley Jones. Anytime you see a truck on the highway transporting refrigerated or frozen food, you are seeing the work of Frederick McKinley Jones, one of the most prolific black inventors ever. Jones patented more than 60 inventions in his lifetime. This brother was bad. While more than 40 of those patents were in the field of refrigeration, Jones is most famous for inventing an automatic refrigeration system for long-haul trucks and railroad cars. Before Jones' invention, the only way to keep food cool in trucks was to load them with ice. Jones was inspired to invent the system after talking with a truck driver who lost his entire cargo of chicken because he could not reach his destination before the ice melted. As a solution, the African American inventor developed a roof-mounted cooling system to make sure food stayed fresh. We also have to understand that Jones was self-taught. He didn't go to none of these European universities. This brother learned everything on his own. And that refrigeration system, it did not only carry food, it was also used to transport blood during World War II. So while our ancestors were in America getting lynched and getting beat and burned alive, this man created a device that saved the lives of thousands of veterans in World War II. Number 3, on little known black inventors. And this one is a good one, brothers and sisters. Dr. Mark Dean holds 3 of the original 9 patents on the computer on which all PCs are based. So anytime one of these white supremacists tell you that black people are ignorant or black people are dumb and have never done anything, you tell them about Dr. Mark Dean, whose technology all of them use to this very day. Brothers and sisters, we have to master technology in the 21st century. We have to teach our children about technology and how it is important that we learn about computer engineering so we do not get left behind. That is what they're teaching their children in China. That is what they are teaching their children in India, how to take these computers apart, put them back together in all aspects of technology, because they know as time progresses, human beings will become more and more dependent on technology. Number 4, on little known black inventors. Let's talk about this brother Charles Drew, who was the inventor of the blood bank. Drew was born in Washington, D.C. in 1904. This brother was a surgeon, a researcher, and an inventor. He invented the modern blood banks. Since World War II, his inventions have gone to save thousands of lives. You see, our people, even though we have been discriminated against so much, we have been hated on, we have been lynched, and we have been terrorized by white America, we have still persevered and invented all of these great things that have saved the lives of millions of not just white Americans, but people of all nationalities. We have to salute Charles Drew. And another fact is that the American Red Cross at one time was a very racist institution. During World War II, the American Red Cross announced that they had a nationwide blood drive because they needed extra blood supply for the military veterans. And so our ancestors, being the patriotic Americans that they have always been, lined up willingly to give up their blood. But you know what happened? They were turned away by the American Red Cross. That is how racist and sick these people were, that they would not even accept the black man's blood. They would rather their veterans die on the battlefields of Europe than to accept the blood of our ancestors. This is what we went through. So don't let any of these other nationalities or racial groups tell you that they have been through the same struggle that we have been through. In the midst of all of the oppression that African Americans have faced, we have been angels to white America. We have always been the mammies of this society. The mammy was the slave woman who breastfed the little white baby. And that little white baby, after being breastfed by that slave woman, would grow up and disrespect her and brutalize her after she was the one who nursed him to life. Last but not least, of little known black inventors, from oxfordsd.org. Number 5, George Caruthers. This brother was born in 1939, and he invented the far ultraviolet electrographic camera that was used in the 1972 Apollo 16 mission. This invention revealed new features of Earth's far outer atmosphere and deep space objects from the perspective of the lunar surface. Caruthers was inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame in 2003. Brothers and sisters, I appreciate you all for listening to Wake Up the Black Nation. And the whole purpose of teaching you all about these 5 little known African American inventors is to pay homage to our ancestors and to also inspire the new generation of inventors. We have so many problems in the world that need to be fixed, and I am certain that our brothers and sisters have the brilliance to create solutions to these problems. Don't let nobody tell you that we are dumb people and that we are ignorant people. We have a glorious past, and the more that we study our past, that will inspire us to have a glorious future. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Yahoo Rule.